Welcome to Landrianka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live a beautiful, awesome life. Oh, I got a whole bunch of subjects. What do I want to talk about? Oh, this is good. Have you ever met somebody who's terminally ill? Well, I know a few, and almost all of them died. Some of them weren't so terminal. Again, you get to choose when you go. So don't ever let anybody tell you when you're sick, oh, this is it. Baloney. Talk to the hand. You're the only one in control of your spirit. Now, you may have made a pact in advance that you're going to leave at a certain time because it serves some purpose for you and others, usually others. Or you've accomplished certain goals and you need to go off to something else. That's something that we'll never know until you go to the other side. But I'd say the majority of us have the choice to stay or leave. And if you leave and you're told to come back, again, that's part of your cosmic agreement in advance. And so, again, that's not in stone, right? So if, these not NDEs, near-death experiences, that's what that is. It's that you're not supposed to leave. So obviously, there's some choice going on in there. It's you deciding when you go, whether it's in advance or while you're here. Now, we live like we're never going to die. And then we mourn people who die. Now, I can understand when it's a very young person and it's a very sudden loss. That's a lot to handle. But let's put that aside. I'm going to talk about losing loved ones in the next video. What if somebody told you you had a year to live? I want you to think about everything that's bothering you in your life right now. I'll bet 100% of what's bothering your life right now would be totally irrelevant, including being broke. You wouldn't give a crap anymore. You'd find a way. You'd probably sell everything in your house, your couch, your car, and everything, and catch a trip to Greece or something and walk on the beach, or Italy, or wherever it is you want to go. And you'd figure out how to get around. And all those people that you're pissed at, you might call them up and say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was clinging to this anger. And I don't want to be angry. I don't want to leave this world angry. Or you might hug somebody and say, you know what? Or somebody that you gossiped about, that you felt bad about, you say, you know what? You're a beautiful soul. I don't know why I was judging you. Or your boss, you'd say, you know what? I know you're in a bad place. Bless you. I forgive all the stuff that you've done to me to make me unhappy. And I forgive myself for being unhappy because that was a choice too. And you'd start looking at the world and seeing the colors and the flowers, and you'd hear things more brilliantly, and you go, oh my gosh, I'm going to leave here now. All this stuff I was worrying about has no meaning, has no importance anymore. None of it. None of it's important anymore. Can you think that way? What would you do right now? Now, the thing about thinking about if you were going to die in a year, that sort of takes out your plans of launching a company. So I'm not talking about that. You have to, if you want to be independent or whatever, you have to go after things. But let's say your life's going to be shorter than you thought it was, and you've always wanted to have your own business. I think you'd probably launch it now. If you, instead of thinking you're going to live at a certain age, let's cut that back, say, you better do that now. Do you want to be a writer? Do you want to be a musician? Do you want to have your own online business? Do you want to, do what I do? Do you want to talk to people? Why aren't you doing it? Because we think we're going to live forever. And then we get upset about death. What's the big damn deal about death? We all get born. Why isn't anybody upset about that? That's the most traumatic experience. Oh, they're having a baby. Oh, that poor thing. It's going to have to go through a lot to get into this world. No, we celebrate that. Oh, you're here. And I'm thinking, oh man, you're here. Whew. You're a warrior. What were you thinking? Right? But now we're going, oh, you're going to leave, even though everybody's miserable. They're walking around miserable going, oh, they're leaving, they left, they're dying, or I'm going to die. It's like, what? There's nothing to be afraid of on the other side. So what if you had limited time here? It's a challenging planet. It's really a lot of work. We got to be on it all the time, even if you're awakened state. It's constant maintenance because it is dense here. And by the way, we're making huge progress, by the way. I'm seeing a lot of big stuff happening. Ooh, I should do a video on that and announce that for you guys because it's very exciting what's going on right now. Every like few months I've noticed, I said this last fall, I felt a huge shift. And now it's summer of 2017, I'm feeling a huge shift. It's happening for me and a lot of people around me that don't even believe in all this stuff, right? So you have an opportunity right now to live your life like you're not going to be here very long. But I want you to really look at, number one, the relationships around you and ask yourself if all this stuff that you're worrying about, the gossip, the he did this to me, she did this to me, is going to have no meaning, no importance at all, other than you should have learned from it. You should have had the compassion for yourself, for others, learn to just love. I know, I don't always love everybody. There's some jackasses out there that you can't really feel the love, but you can feel compassion. You can say, you know what, they're in a deep, dark place. That's not a nice place to be. I wish them to be well. I want them to pull out of it because we're all one energy. And you will feel lighter too when they pull out of it because they affect your life and they're that energy that's connected to you somehow. So, can you look around and say, what in my life right now would not be important if I thought I had a short period of time to live? Oh my God, I need to call my mom. I need to call my mom and say, Mom, I love you. You may be thinking she's the biggest jerk walking the face of the earth. That's okay. But just say, I love you. And the stuff she says, who cares? See, you're going to have the who cares attitude because you're going to realize none of that stuff's important. It's how you're filtering it, how you're feeling that's important. And once you get a handle on that and you realize none of that stuff outside of you controls you, it doesn't. It doesn't control you. We're controlling us. We're allowing the sadness, the anger, the poor little me, the belief systems that somebody did something to you and now you're going to spend all this time blaming it and sad and depressed instead of working every day to get yourself out of that. That's what you should be doing. Working every day to get out of that. Getting up and dressing and doing your hair and putting something nice on and getting out of the house. Go for a walk. Put the rotten food down. Don't put chemicals in your body. It's not easy to do that, especially in the United States. You know, everything's laden with garbage, but it's possible. Eat organic. Clean up that body. If you're not feeling physically good, you've got to take charge. You know, if you're overweight, you have to take charge. You're going to feel better about yourself. If you're drinking too much, start cutting back. You don't have to go cold turkey. Start saying, you know what? I'm going to have 5 beers today instead of 6. Or then you know, next week it's 4 and then 3 and then 2 and pretty much then sometimes you go, I don't really want that beer. I feel good without it. Or wine or whatever it is. Right? You don't have to be like some perfect little saint. Eckhart Tolle has wine once in a while. He just has a glass. So the point is you're meant to really enjoy this life. You're meant to experience it. But most of you are living it like you're going to be here forever. And you get deeper and deeper into the minutia that is just not important. So the next video is about dealing with death because I firsthand can tell you it's not friggin' important, this stuff that you're worrying about. It is not important. It's a lesson. Learn it in the most positive way. Use it in the most positive way. Use it to grow and be awesome and beautiful and expand. Bless other people and hug and laugh and they're going to go, wait a minute, I thought you hated my guts. And you may see a huge change in them. Huge. Be nice to the person that's maybe nasty to you at the checkout. Be nice to them and they're going to walk out and go, ooh, geez, I shouldn't have done that or shouldn't have said that. You will see huge differences, shifts in energy around you because you're living your life like you're not going to be here long. Because you know what? You're not going to be here long. If you live to be 100 years old, that's not a long time. It goes so quickly because there is no time on the other side. This period of linear time we have here is so short. So you know, my parents, my dog, my brother, my cousin all just died within the last couple of years. And so I know what it's like to see people who have not lived their life to the fullest. And boom, 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 every single one of them, except for my Jack Russell Terrier, did not live the lives that they dreamed of. They didn't go after it, and they left here unfulfilled, unhappy, all of them. All of them. And that's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to see that, but I understand it, and I know that that's just their path, and that their role in my life was a very positive, effective one. And we still have free will, so quit trying to fix people, quit telling yourself some stupid story of, you're not worthy. Get over it. You are an unlimited, perfect being. What was the mantra I gave you? If you saw my other video, this came from, I've seen this in several books, but it came from the Master Key System. I am whole. I am perfect. I am strong. I am powerful. I am loving. I am harmonious. I am happy. And you say that 20 times a day if you have to. If a bad thought comes in your head, if you start to judge somebody, you get angry or whatever, I am whole, I am perfect, I am strong, I am powerful, I am loving, I am harmonious, I am happy. And you start to feel it. Especially the strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, happy. I am whole and perfect. You are. All of us are. That whole exterior, all this stuff going on, was part of the experience that we chose. All right, experience it, and then move on. Start living that life, and realize that, do you want to die? Do you want to die knowing that you said something bad about somebody, or thought it even? Or that you brought harm to anything on this earth, including animals or plants, or, I don't always do this, but I take cockroaches outside. We have cockroaches here once in a while in Atlanta because it's very humid. And if I see one, I put them outside if I can. Not all the time, but you know what I'm saying? I do my best at that moment. Catch yourself. Try not to harm another living thing, and that means thinking. Your thoughts are just as powerful. Your words are powerful. Your actions are powerful. All of it counts. All of it counts. So you can't see that mantra and be thinking, ugh, she looks fat in that outfit. Just say, observe it. Just observe it and say, that's a beautiful human being. That's her role here. Accept it. I don't know about you, but, I can't be like dissing other people. All right. Live your life like you don't have much time here. And look around and ask yourself what you would change, and how you would behave, and what you would think. And all of a sudden how precious it is to be here. And how, wow, you're going to get to go to someplace awesome, but guess what? This doesn't go away. You're going to have to look back on it and say, did I use that time well? You're going to have to. You don't get out of this. No punishment, no judgment. It's just like you're going to have to feel it. And it's not going to feel good when you look and go, ooh, I was never really nice to that girl. I made some snide comments and I knew it hurt her. And I said it because I knew it would hurt her. Oh, you've lost weight. Wow, that's good. And you do it in a way that it's like saying, well, you've been fat. That kind of stuff, we do it all the time. Human beings. Know what your intentions are and throw it out the window, man. Throw it out the window and go live that life. Sending you light, love, peace, joy, abundance, prosperity, joy, peace, abundance, prosperity, and live your life to the fullest. Namaste.